Haas race driver Mick Schumacher scored the first points ever in his Formula 1 career. This is a big deal as the son of one of the best race drivers in history. Sorry, I'm just going to go off script here. No, he's not one of the best race drivers in history. He is the best race driver in history. And I'm being told to follow the script. Sorry, guys. The question is, will he be consistent in getting points, or was this just a one-time thing? Haas team principal Gunther Steiner wasn't so happy with Mick's performance in the first part of the season. He allegedly threatened the young driver, telling him that if he succumbs to another crash in the sport, they might have to replace him next season. The number of crashes he experienced did cost the team a lot of money. With each crash mostly caused by Mick, Haas came under increased financial pressure and strain to meet their own demand for new parts. At least with about 10 races left, things are looking up for the team. The first one happened during qualifying. The high-speed crash happened during the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on just the second race weekend of the season. Then, contact with Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel Miami added to Haas's repair bill. It all went downhill from there, and Mick's career was definitely on the line. Gunther even said that they would have a serious conversation because at some stage, we will run out of parts and we cannot keep up making them. For the true Formula 1 fans, they held high hopes for a talent like Mick because he did outperform his former teammate Nikita Mazepin last year. He had a good season last year as a rookie, in spite of him and Haas not earning a single point throughout the year. Since Nikita's controversial contract termination with Haas, Mick has been outshined by their new driver Kevin Magnussen. To be fair, Kevin Magnussen is already a seasoned driver and he drove for Haas a couple of years back, so he knows the ins and outs of the team already. Kevin Magnussen took P5 during the opening weekend in Bahrain. He has amassed 15 points at that time, which leaves Haas ahead of the other midfields like Aston Martin and Williams in the Constructors' Championship. Mick was still at the bottom at that time. At least their team dynamic is the best. Both drivers claim that they've been pushing each other in all the races, which is great because look where it's got them now. By that point, Mick Schumacher had not had a good season with Haas. His performance wasn't that great in the following races as well. For Bahrain, he was P11, in Australia, P13, and then P14 in Spain. Talks about other drivers taking his seat were all over town. Drivers like Oscar Piastri and Antonio Giovinazzi were the first names to come to mind. We think this just made Mick feel worse than he already does. He knows that he has to step up. Is this because he's under a lot of pressure, not only from Haas, but the entire racing community? He's the son of a legend after all. Mick is the son of Michael Schumacher, a former Formula 1 driver with 7 world titles, 5 of them won back-to-back. Honestly, the two drivers look exactly the same. According to fans, Mick is the spitting image of his father, and he sounds so similar to him. They say that if you close your eyes and listen to an interview, you would think that it was a young Michael Schumacher you were hearing. Mick Schumacher is unbelievably calm for someone who's carrying such a weight of expectation. There's so much pressure for him to follow his dad's steps. He made his Formula 1 debut at the age of 21, but he's been a part of motorsport since he was young and was under the Ferrari Academy. He is at Haas because they are a Ferrari engine customer and technical partner. The achievements of his dad does not give him leverage though. Mick worked from the start to get where he is. He won the Formula 3 Championship in 2018 and then won Formula 2 in 2020. That just further proves that he's in Formula 1 because of his talent, not because of his last name. When interviewers asked the young driver if his surname ever felt like a burden, he said, "No, definitely not. I'm happy to have it. I drive and race because I love the sport and love what I'm doing. I don't see it as a burden, no." He wears his last name proudly, even at times when he isn't performing as well as his father. He also credits his father's advice for helping him, but admitted it took a while for everything to click into place. Mick also admits that he would give up everything to talk to his racing hero again. As you may know, Michael got into a major accident while skiing in 2013. No one knows how he is now, but we do know that he suffered a near fatal brain injury at that time. Mick wishes he could talk about their shared love for racing now that he's in Formula 1. He actually chose the race number 47, or 47, for his dad to honour his 7 world championships. Only recently has Mick Schumacher's chances of following in his father's footsteps and racing for a Ferrari in Formula 1 changed. And that's when he garnered his first points ever in Formula 1. Just when he's about to lose his seat, he turned things around. This season's race in Silverstone proved to be a real turning point for the driver. He finished P8, scoring his first points in Formula 1 in his second season with Haas. Then, in the Austrian Grand Prix the following weekend, he claimed P6 after battling Lewis Hamilton, the man who broke his father's world records. According to the team, that Austria performance boosted the respect levels for Mick's ability within Haas considerably, as it should. When asked if Mick is now the #1 driver at Haas, Ralf Schumacher said, "I wouldn't say, but I think he has gained a lot of respect in the team now, and not only because he was faster than Kevin, but also because it's a super duel with Lewis Hamilton and his way, which was very clever. He was really, really good." It has been recognised by the team for a long time. I hope that Gunther now also sees that. In the end, both drivers have to subordinate themselves to the team. Actually, Gunther did notice that. He said he noticed a change in Mick back in the Canadian Grand Prix, where he suddenly became more relaxed, and the self-confidence is now obvious. That is a lot of help for the driver. The team is now more confident in him because of this. Even if the other drivers are proud of him, Sebastian Vettel, also a world champion and a close friend of Michael's, went on an interview after the Silverstone race saying that he was screaming from the inside of his car when he saw Mick almost lunge past Verstappen. He was that happy. Fans from every team were rooting for Mick as well. They knew it was time for him to score a point and that he deserved every bit of it. So it leaves it for me to say that myself and everybody else here at the team from Formula 1 fans, we are just so excited to see him garner more points this season. How far do you think he can go? Let us know in the comments below.